Hello, I'm Jessica Langsdale.
And I'm Isabella Lee, and you're watching JNN News, and we're reflecting on the years 1997 through 1999.
Early this morning, two terrorist attacks occurred simultaneously at the U.S. embassies in Nairobi, Kenya, and Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. The first of the two attacks occurred early this morning at 3:30 a.m., and the next occurred just 10 minutes later at 3:40. Both are thought to be caused by truck bombs driven by people connected to the Egyptian Islamic Jihad, a terrorist group that has been active since the 1970s, though this is the first time they have directly attacked Americans. This attack in Kenya killed 213 people with estimates at 4,000 wounded, and the attack in Tanzania killed 11 with 85 wounded. In all, there were 224 casualties and 4,085 wounded. A few days later, on August 20th, President Bill Clinton ordered several cruise missile strikes against Sudan and Afghanistan as a retaliation, one of which was announced on television. Fazul Abdullah Mohammed and Abdullah Ahmed Abdullah are currently believed to have arranged the attacks, though others like Osama bin Laden have also seemed to be connected. The reason that the attacks occurred was most likely the possibility that the United States may have been involved in the removal and torture of 4 EIJ members. Could this be the beginning of a trend of hostility and terrorist attacks against the United States? The United States government is doing all it can to prevent that. President Bill Clinton, as we mentioned earlier, is attempting to stop this as quickly as possible. Wow, what a great president! He seems like the kind of guy that will always be honest with the public.
Well, it's December 19th, 1999, and President Bill Clinton is facing charges of obstruction of justice and perjury. It all started a few years ago when Clinton allegedly had an affair with the White House employee Monica Lewinsky, who was 27 years younger than him. When the scandal was found out about a year ago because of tape recordings of Lewinsky talking with Linda Tripp about her relationship with Clinton were turned in, Clinton claimed that he, quote, did not have sexual relations with that woman, close quote. In June last year, Lewinsky received transactional immunity, which allowed her to hand over a dress with solid DNA evidence of the affair on it, along with the grand jury testimony of their relations. The floundering president later admitted to the affair and called his own actions, quote, inappropriate.
This newscast is sponsored in part by...
Do you love Ben & Jerry's ice cream? Do you want a gooey, delicious combination of chocolate, caramel, and marshmallow? Now, introduced in 1997, here's Fish Food Ice Cream. It's exactly what you want, all in one tub of yumminess. And as a special edition, there are even fudge fish included. Ben & Jerry's Fish Food Ice Cream. It's so delicious, it's almost a crime.
In sad news today, Frank Sinatra has died from several medical complications, including bladder cancer, dementia, high blood pressure, and a severe heart attack. The beloved musician charmed many with his singing since 1935. His greatest hits include Fly Me to the Moon, From Here to Eternity, and Stardust. He received 16 awards in his lifetime, including 11 Grammy Awards, the Grammy Trustees Award, the Grammy Legend Award, the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, the Presidential Medal of Freedom for Ronald Reagan, and the Congressional Medal of Gold Medal. Throughout his life, he dazzled thousands with his musical talent and will continue to do so from this year on. Frank was 82 years old.
I'm Isabella Lee from JNN, and I'm here right now at the home of the Rebels, Columbine High School in Columbine, Colorado. This school, which was founded in 1973 and has a population of around 1,700, might seem like the last place for something terrible to occur. Unfortunately, on April 20th, 1999, the unthinkable happened as two seniors opened fire at multiple locations throughout the school, killing 12 students and one teacher before ultimately taking their own lives. In addition, 24 people were injured in the massacre, including 3 that were attempting to escape the school at the time. The locations where the perpetrators, Dylan Clayboyd and Eric Harris, targeted included the school's cafeteria and library. To an even more shocking point, the massacre could have been much more deadly, for the shooters were equipped with 99 explosives, most which didn't do too much damage to the school, fortunately. The two perpetrators were known for having depression and anger problems, which may have triggered their shooting against their school. Nevertheless, April 20th, 1999 was a very dark day for the Columbine Rebels. We here at JNN have the victims and their families in our thoughts and prayers. Back to you, guys.
We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
The future could soon be in your hands. With graphics even better than the PlayStation that you loved, the new high-tech PlayStation 2 will warp you into different worlds with its amazing games and high-powered processing. Don't be left in the world of the past. The PlayStation 2. You can get it in the new millennium. On March 4th.
We here at JNN have been waiting for a very long time to see the story of who Darth Vader was before he was part of the dark side and how life was like before Luke and Leia were born. Well, our prayers were answered on May 19th, 1999 when Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace was released. Unfortunately, it wasn't a Star Wars we thought would impress us. One big upsetting detail was Qui-Gon Jinn. Where did he come from and why is he Obi-Wan Kenobi's mentor? We all thought it was Yoda. And why did George Lucas have to kill Qui-Gon off so quickly? In addition, Jake Lloyd, who played a young Anakin Skywalker, didn't appear to give the performance that we were waiting for. Although the special effects were amazing, and some of the other actors, such as Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, and Liam Neeson, for the short time he was on, demonstrated great skills with their characters, Episode 1 just didn't live up to the original trilogy of the 70s and 80s. Two new movie rating programs, Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, gave this movie a 56% and 51% respectively. Also, IMDb gave Episode 1 a 6.5 out of 10. Sadly, we here at JNN had to give The Phantom Menace 3 out of 5 stars. While the interstellar effects were out of this world, George Lucas disappointed us with this film. Hopefully there will be future movies in the series that don't fail to disappoint. Back to you guys.
Breaking news on JNN. My name is Ashish Sharma and we have some interesting news for you today. Today is February 22nd, 1997, and we have gotten word about a baby ewe. Her name is Dolly, which was cloned, and she was born on July 5th, 1996. The birth of Dolly has really helped us to advance in biology, but could this cause the end of humanity? One of the first creatures cloned was a toad, but the thing is that was an amphibian and not a mammal, and now there's an uproar about what happens if we can clone humans. I personally believe if cloning continues, it will eventually get to human experimentation, which could lead to overpopulation since cloning clones the control. They inherit everything they could have, including diseases and or abnormalities, which can be a widespread epidemic. But also it would cause a lack of genetic variation, go against many people's religion, but most importantly, we don't know what the results would be. But the real question is, government, what are you going to do about it? Do you want another Hitler?
In technology news, a computer software company called Google was founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin, both who are PhD students at Stanford. Their search engine is fully developed and has been first funded by Andy Bochtensheim, who gave $100,000. Both Page and Brin began research in developing the search engine as a research project at Stanford, and created PageRank technology as a way of comparing websites to each other. The original name of the engine was Backrub, but was later changed to Google, picked as a name that will provide lots of information. They were officially incorporated in 1998, situated in a garage here in Menlo Park, California. They denied us access into their headquarters for security reasons. Who knows? Maybe they'll even catch Yahoo on the charts. Back to you guys.
Thank you for watching JNN News, and come back tomorrow night.